with the names Albert Einstein or Nicholas Tesla, and astronauts who go into space. And when they come back, they're not the same people. So lots of boys on the screen here. Okay. Anyway, there is frequency now that's available that was only available to clinicians that had a cost of $3,000, $6,000, $12,000. I have a friend who's an anti-aging physician here in Florida. He paid $40,000 for a device that combines PEMF and terahertz frequencies together. There is a company in Asia, they're only 2.5 years old, doing $50 million a month with a new FDA approved medical device that combines both the PEMF and the terahertz for cellular regeneration. Because we all understand, you don't have to be a techie to know that cells regenerate every day. And are they regenerating healthy or are they regenerating unhealthy? So what this does is increase blood circulation to every place in the body, including the brain. And my husband and I are really, really big with helping people understand cognitive decline. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on this meeting right now. Two will have cognitive decline. 1 out of 3 people will get cognitive decline. So you have a choice. Do you want to prevent it? Do you want to do what you need to do knowingly? And I often ask people, I mean, forget the controversy with COVID shots, but I was watching an interview with Tucker Carlson, one of the scientists, and he said, he spoke out that anyone that got the COVID shot, consequently, if they did not die, they would have cancer. Now, in my opinion, the people that developed that vaccine, knowing the harm it was going to cause, should be in jail, because there are safe things that we can do that will not kill us. So this device, there's actually 6 devices. And in fact, we're doing an event tonight. We're part of the team, and maybe Vic will be as well, that's actually launching the US, Canada, Europe. I've got a team now growing in Japan and in India, and we're shipping to 143 countries. And you buy the device once. There's no membership fee. There's no monthly expenses. And I've been working from home for, it's 32 years full time. And I have never seen a program where if you buy a device, regardless of what you spend, you will earn back 3 times what you spend, even if you keep it a secret. The sin of the desert, where the watering hole is, and you don't tell anybody. The secret to living longer, healthier, and you don't tell anybody, you will still earn 3 times back whatever you spend. So I went
Sandi, have you got one of these machines?
Ask me if I have 4 of the machines. There's 6 different devices. So yes, of course we have the machines.
How long have you had it for?
About 2.5 months.
And what results have you found since using it?
Okay. Well, to be transparent, I'm a type 2 insulin diabetic for about 20 years. I'm just like my father. I'm a junk food junkie. And after using the device for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, every day, you have to do it every day, 20 minutes a day, twice a day. In fact, I almost didn't make this call because my blood sugar was so low. It's never been this low, ever, ever, ever. I had to eat a box of candy and orange juice just to get it back up again. So anyway, but my husband, and we're not going to tell you how old I am because there's a chronological age and there's a biological age, but my sweetheart and I will celebrate this year our 64th wedding anniversary to each other, not cumulative. And as a golfer, he's an athlete, tennis champion and football and all the rest of that. And when we lived in Lake Las Vegas, belonged to the country club, Ed played golf at least 3 or 4 times a week, because one of my dreams was to get Ed out from the pharmacy. He had 5 pharmacies, and I had a multi-million-dollar med surge business. Anyway, his golf cart went out of control over the mountain with him in the cart, throwing him out of the cart. And thank God the cart did not fall on him, because he would have been killed. It happened to my uncle in a golf outing. Anyway, has had for 7 years severe pain in his back, epidurals, nerve blocks. To play golf, he would have to take a Vicodin and 2 Tylenol before getting in the golf cart. When we got the device, we were hopeful, and we were willing to give it 90 days, because most nutraceuticals take 30, 60, or 90 days. On day 4, I said to Ed, when he woke up, "What's your number?" Because I say that every morning. "What's your number?" From 1 to 10. And usually it was a 7, an 8, 9. And on the 4th day, he said, "I don't have a number." I said, "What do you mean you don't have a number?" "Sandi, I don't have any pain." I said, "That's impossible." The next day was a Thursday, one of his golf days. "What's your number?" He says, "You won't believe it. I still don't have a number." I said, "Are you going to take your stuff before you get in the golf cart?" He said, "No, I'm not going to do it." So he's now about 6, 8 weeks into using the device twice a day. And he's doing amazing. The pain is not totally gone, because it comes and goes. I mean, he's had it he's 86 years old. So he was born club-footed. So he's always had problems with his feet and his calves. But he's getting feeling back now in his calves, which he hasn't had for decades. But the real key is blood tests. When you go to your cardiologist or your internist, just make sure they do a check mark for C-reactive protein score, because that's a direct indicator to all disease. And what's exciting about the technology, it enhances. It's not instead of, it's in addition to whatever you're doing, because you can't eat healthy. At least, and the people in the blue zones are disappearing. Why? Because fast food chains. In fact, I'm meeting with a gal on Tuesday for lunch, and she said, "Please pick a place that's healthy, because I rarely eat out because most of the food is so bad." So hopefully you get a little idea. And we're actually doing our first Zoom meeting tonight, introducing my partners. One of the partners is a pharmacist in Taiwan. And I said to Paul when I met him, "Where do you work?" And he said, "Well, I don't." I said, "What do you mean you don't?" He said, "Well, I had to quit my job." "What do you mean you had to quit your job?" He said, "This is what I was finding out about the devices." And he's, "Well, I'm in Taiwan, and we have a team here, and I'm making about $4,000 or $5,000 a day. I had to quit my job after about 7 months." I said, "Well, now I really need to hear more." $4,000 or $5,000 a day. But most important was the science and the technology. So if you're open to information, we can get it to you.
So indeed, Sandi was right. She cannot do 20 seconds to 30 seconds. there you go. 8 minutes later.
That was
awesome
all worth
stuff, it. But we would not want this to be the Sandi show, although I did invite her and I wanted her to be able to talk about all this. So there's going to be more on this. I truly believe that this product will be a part of our overall offering that we're going to do within the Blue Zones, that it's going to be wonderful for everybody involved. Okay. Bo, can you unmute yourself and talk now? Let's make sure but there you go.
I figured it out. I was.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back to the U.S., by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I had a wonderful time in Dublin and London, and yeah, it's nice to be back on American soil. So it was nice to go, and it was nice to come back. So yeah, it's nice to meet everyone here. And yeah, my name's Bo Lockwood. I'm part of an organization called Princeton Green, and we're in the midst of building an affiliate website for spiritual entrepreneurs. So that's in the process, and we're planning to launch on September 1st. So that's who I am and what I'm doing. And I'm actually from Florida, originally from Philadelphia. And yeah, so yeah, I'm a Philly boy, and I live down in the middle of Ocala National Forest in Paradise. So I love it here.
So I invited Bo to this because his values in Princeton Green and ours in the blue zones, they're right there, right next to each other, parallel. So that all is going to work together very, very well. We're building a community here. This is really what's happening. A community of like-minded people that are forward thinkers, excellent at what they do, have a lot to share and offer. And then as this grows, it'll just be wash, rinse, and repeat to a whole lot of people. And that's why I'm excited about it. And that's why I know Bo and Sandi are going to be a part of this, and it's going to be awesome. All right, let's go to Sal. Sal, can you unmute and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're here and with the Blue Zones?
Unmute, Sal. Unmute and talk about the product that you have, Miraculous. Middle of the screen has an unmute mic. You click on that mic, you'll unmute. Again, I think we need to do a little bit of training on how to use meetings, my friend.
It shouldn't be that complicated, but
Middle of your screen should have mic, and wherever you saw your picture to be visible, right beside it, left-hand side of it is unmute.
your camera's on, so the microphone button is to the left.
Yeah, to the left of camera.
All right, Sal, we'll come back to you when you figure it out.
As admins, can't you unmute people?
Are we? I have no clue, but I think he should be able to. No, keep muted. No. Okay, now you can try, Sal. Try it now, because he was unmuted. You're right. Middle of the screen mic. You can figure that out, Sal. Maybe we should go to Cecilia until he figures it out.
Yeah,
and
good, Cecilia. Sal, log out and log back in.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
There we go. All right, now we
Yes,
got
sir.
it.
Yeah, because it doesn't, for some reason, you click on, nothing's happening. But anyways,
You're on.
okay, my name is Salim. I'm very pleased to meet all you guys. I am an entrepreneur. I'm in the midst of a kind of decision on where I want to go with my life moving forward. I've done a lot of different entrepreneurship work. Right now, I have a book. It's www.vitiligo.solution.com. Basically, I had vitiligo. I had a skin disorder where I'd lost the majority of my pigment. But as you can see now, I got most of my pigment back. It was a transformation of understanding what this disease is all about. And I would go see the dermatologist. You know, they would give you these tropical creams and all kinds of photolight therapy, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just a money thing for them, a money grab for them. So I try to understand.
Oh,
Course of them, thyroidism, whatever it is. So I started doing research on what this is all about, and I understood the fact that it's an inside to outside kind of thing, not like dermatologists think, oh, let me just give you some cream and let's hope your pigment comes back. So I was trying to think, okay, it's got to be something that's going on inside me. What is it that I'm doing? What is it that I'm doing that's affecting my body? So I started doing my research with vitamins, dietary changes, a whole bunch of different things. And within 3 months of doing what I was doing, I started getting all my pigment back. So I got a website. It's called www.vitiligosolution.com, where I have an ebook that I'm selling for $19.99, and most of the proceeds are going to children in third world countries, because I don't want to profit from helping somebody get cured. I want to help them, and at the same time help the needy as well. That's my goal. My lifetime goal is to help out third world countries. That's where I want to go with orphanages and stuff like that. I had a niece my brother adopted from India. When she was 5, she committed suicide at the age of 12 here in Canada from being bullied at school and stuff. So my heart's been there. That's what I want to do moving forward. So like I said, I'm doing that project right now, and I'm currently looking for a marketing team that's going to help me market the book and stuff to people with vitiligo or eczema or any kind of autoimmune disease. So it's something I'm excited about. And and the other thing is I'm open to any kind of business. As Arif knows, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'll join any team. I'm very good at sales. I can sell ice to an Eskimo if that makes any sense. But I can do a lot of that stuff. So I'm just excited about getting involved with anything, and let's see where it goes from there. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Wonderful. Salim and I are friends. We know each other personally. Now we got a 3x3 Canada versus USA, and we have one from Montana, Manitoba. He's got a presentation. That's Anton. So Canada wins. We got 4x3. And the other one is Dublin. He's very late. He's only one soldier. So once we have presentations or introductions, Anton's got a presentation, a short presentation ready to explain the blue zones. But go ahead, Vic.
So we still got Tony and Cecilia to do their short introductions, and we
Of
really
course.
have to start actually getting these introductions to be shorter, because all the stuff everybody says is fascinating, but if everybody does 8 minutes, then we're never going to get through this, and that can't be. Tony, go. Can you go on? Come on do your short. I know you can do it short because you're good at that.
Why not, Vic? Why not? We're based in the UK. We're called All-in-One Solutions, and what we are basically is connectors. So we're constantly connecting in the field of marketing and capital raising and investment. Every single day we're making new connections with high net worth investors, private investment funds, etc., etc. We try and find sources of funding that aren't available conventionally on the marketplace. We try and find unconventional investors. We're connecting with companies in China, in Mongolia, in Africa, solutions worldwide to worldwide problems. We also have a marketing agency which is constantly adding tools and ways of growing businesses. Basically, we're turning into an AI marketing agency because AI is the way to go, but we don't only do AI, we do lots and lots of stuff. So what we do is we try and connect you with the solution to a problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
Tony. Cecilia, can you come on and say a little bit about yourself?
Grand Rising. Yes. Yes, I'm a real estate broker, mortgage agent, help people build wealth through real estate. And yeah, that's what I do. And currently, yes. That's it. You said to make it short. I don't know. You want to go more detail?
It's all good. It's all good. No, it's good. It's real good. All right. So, Arif, are we ready for Anton to do his thing, and then we're going to do a presentation per se on that short version of the presentation that we've done.
Yes. So thank you very much for Sandi, for Bo, who's been off, for Sal, for Cecilia. One of the things that I've learned as in business, you have to be an excellent presenter of your ideas or any idea. You know, politicians, all of these people learn really good presentations. So that's one of them skills that we teach in what's called a 90-day program that will transform. Anton's one of my students. He has been given an assignment last week to do a short presentation on the whole blue zones for business. Are you ready, Anton? Okay, so next week, perhaps Bo is back. He's going to do another presentation, and Cecilia, and Sal, and Tony, and every one of us has to present. Sandi did a great job at presenting, by the way. 86-year-old husband, he's already in the blue zones. Just keep on working on all of the great things you do. We're here to support you and all. So, Anton, you ready, my friend?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Bo's been off, so refresh Bo, sell Sal, and sell Sandi, and sell Tony, and sell me and Victor on why they should be here every Saturday morning. You want to share your presentation?
Yeah, I'm just trying. It doesn't seem to.
I can pull up mine. If you want, you can continue from there.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, let's try this.
If I share on here, it only allows you to share web.
If you go to the share screen, you should be able to share easily.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So I will share because you probably joined as a guest. You didn't join as a admin.
Yeah.
But here we are. And I will be sharing this presentation with you all today. Don't save. This is our guest speaker next week, by the way. I just talked to Roland Farkas. My world is incredible, incredible. I don't want to steal his thunder. I want everybody to be back here for his presentation. Anton, you ready, my friend?
Okay, so yeah, so I'm just going to introduce you to our coaching program that Arif will be presenting. Basically, this is our Blue Zones for Business program, and the Train the Trainer program, which is what all of us will be going through. Focuses on presentation, people, product, price, and purpose. Our mission is to cultivate a global community of purpose-driven individuals, entrepreneurs, and leaders inspired by the Blue Zone's mindset and the pursuit of longevity to age 100. And our core values are to be committed to building ecosystems that foster empowerment, deep connection, and fulfillment, supporting the world's healthiest, happiest, and most purpose-driven entrepreneurial teams, so that your experience will last for a lifetime. Okay, so basically, the program focuses on training us basically from the beginning, because it's like when you're a baby, you're just soaking everything up, and that sets up the paradigm for your life. You know, if you're a baby born in China, you learn to speak Chinese. If you're, if you grow up in Canada, you speak English or French maybe. And so your whole paradigm is set up by your environment. And in retrospect, it makes you a product of your environment. So if you grow up in a good environment, you grow up pretty well. If you don't, then you might grow up with some serious issues. So our goal is to set you up in a positive paradigm. So the main thing to start with is to control your thinking, because a lot of people they have no direction. Our schools and family and workplaces, nothing really teaches us, the effect of the paradigm that we live in, and that's what we intend to change here. So your programming, for the most part, is set by how you perceive the world. Smell, touch, taste, hear, seeing, all your senses, all your perception of the world. It all goes through your conscious mind and then into your conscious mind. And the conscious mind is what, protects your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is completely not discriminatory. All the information that goes into your subconscious mind gets retained as if it's truth, whether it is or not. So that's why your conscious mind is there to protect you, so that you can filter the information that you get, and from there go into your subconscious mind. And so for a full life cycle for purposeful living, which is our goal, you need to have like core components. You have your emotional, your emotional IQ, how you control your emotions and stuff. You have your health, which we discussed quite a bit today. You have to have, it's important that you have a partner in this, whether, romantic partner, business partners, any kind of relationship with other peoples. And you have to have vocation, which for most people is tied very strongly to, not just what you do, but what you want to accomplish in life. And then sadly, in today's world, for most of the things you want to do, you're going to need money. So that's also important. And then the big focus of our program specifically is personal development, because you have to develop as a person if you want to accomplish your goals. And then family, we also focus on family and social, because as we saw with the Blue Zones, it's not just about living longer, it's being connected to your community. And then spiritual, focus on your spiritual growth as well, because you want to be well-rounded in all components of your life. So, and then that brings us to that very important question: who am I? Am I defined by my name? Am I defined by my family, your profession, your religion, country, your tribe, maybe even? Because you're a combination of all that. So you are your goals, dreams, and visions. You're the highest form of creation. You're created in the image of God with the power to create miracles. You are your vision, mission, and purpose. You are your own seed of greatness. So in the Blue Zones for Business, we focus on a life-work balance, because you can't just be working all the time, because then there's not much point to it. And that's what most people are looking for. And it amounts to balancing two things. You want certainty of the future, but you also want variety of the moment. So you want to have experiences, but you don't want experiences at the expense of your future. So that's the balancing act. Okay, and so the Blue Zone model for change, basically, it's just a description of how things work. So most of us, we're not always driven by good things. Very often we're driven to improve ourselves because something bad is happening in our life, or we're unhappy with something. So you start with number one, you're unhappy with your current situation. Number two, you think and you decide to make a change. Then number three, you take relevant steps to change it. Then number four, you maintain that action, and then you celebrate those changes, hopefully. And then at the end of it, the change has occurred. And then mostly that goes back to and then you have you go from celebration to regression, and then you get to where the change that you want has occurred. So the value to self-esteem in the Blue Zones for Business is that we want to help you achieve a purpose alignment, help individuals connect their work with a deeper sense of meaning, because that's very lacking for a lot of people. Like, you do a job, but you just do it for the paycheck. So we want to make it that you feel connected to what you do and have a purpose in your life. Confidence through competence, provide you with skills, tools, and training that build professional, personal confidence. Validation through community, encourage a supportive network that affirms individual strengths and contributions. Recognition and role modeling, participants are celebrated and seen as leaders, which boosts their self-worth. And identity rebuilding, so helping entrepreneurs and professionals redefine themselves beyond just the job titles or past failures. And our four pillars are wellness and longevity habits, purpose-driven leadership, entrepreneurial wealth creation, and cultural and community engagement. And then, obviously, to accomplish anything, we all need goals, but without a measurable goal, it's just a dream. So we help teach people the SMART program, which means having specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-oriented goals to accomplish what you want to do in life. Okay, and the resources and skills. We discussed the resources and skills that you're going to need for success. You'll need to source internal resources, people that can assist, and then items that you already have. And as part of the program, we'll help you identify those goals, and also how to get the ones that you need. And one of the reasons why we're doing this program is that just based on the learning pyramid, because a lot of education these days is through lecturing, basically. Like our whole school system is basically lecturing. So, but that's only this pyramid shows you the retention rates for different kinds of learning. So if you lecture someone, they're only retaining 5%. If you're reading something, it gets better. So reading is important, but you still only retain about 10%. Then audio visual presentations, you're retaining up to 20%, demonstrations 30%, group discussions, you're getting quite a bit better, then it's up to 50%. But where the real way of learning comes in is to practice by doing, like hence me doing this presentation. Then you're going up to 75%. But the most important way of building your skills and knowledge is simply by teaching others. Okay, and then we'll discuss the 6 intellectual faculties that you can use to create anything. Perception, your ability to see and interpret things. Intuition is ability to understand something instinctively without the need of conscious reasoning. I was just reading the other day they were saying that basically your intuition is when your subconscious is trying to tell you something that your conscious mind can't understand. So it is important to listen to it. Your willpower, making the ability to resist short-term temptations and desires in order to achieve long-term goals, which is very important these days because we're surrounded by distractions, on every front, basically. Reason, your capacity to reason, to think about something, come up with plans, rationalize things. Imagination, also extremely important these days. It's the action of forming new ideas, images, or concepts of external objects that are not present in the senses. And then memory, the ability to remember all of these other things that we already discussed. And then, so Arif's Ministry of Miracles, basically it breaks down to you have your body, which is how we perceive the world and how you experience things that then go up into your conscious mind. So you'll see on the side there, it says, see, hear, smell, touch. That's how how you're perceiving the world, basically. It goes into your conscious mind, then into your subconscious mind. And through your mind, that gives you the will, decision, the will and the ability to make decisions and act, which ultimately provides you with the results you want. So the benefits of our coaching program is that it will help you with total self-confidence and direction, the clarity of vision, skills and tools, real-time feedback, and a lifetime community access. So if you're ready to work like a camel, you can attend our Saturday Blue Zone meetings at 9:15 a.m. Take notes, ask questions, participate, find a business buddy, invite friends, family, and community to the Blue Zones concept, build your own Blue Zones for business team, book a one-on-one meeting with Arif today, write your story, and we have that's part of the program, is helping you write your own story, and then share your experiences and your mission with other team members. Okay, and this is just some information on our referral program. So we're going to be offering monthly bonuses, contests, challenges, world-class retreat and trips. One of the people we've already met is working on a retreat in Japan, which I was kind of excited about because I wanted to go there. Sorry, not Japan, Okinawa, which is also one of the Blue Zones. So that'll be interesting. We have Blue Zones for business recognition, and all through Arif's product line that he offers, the Camel Care products. So the referral program is basically for this course that we're attending right now, which is a component. It's a 90-day course for $499. As a Blue Zone for business education consultant, you'll be getting 40% of that, which amounts to $196.50 for each successful referral. And all courses and socks are have a 100% money back guarantee. And yeah, next week we will have a guest presenter, Mr. Roland Farkas from My World Canada, which should be pretty exciting. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Antoine. And we're really here to give some feedback, but you did a great job. I couldn't have done it myself. So a virtual clap. That was first time. He hadn't seen some of those clips. He just went on intuition, put in his, but That was a comprehensive presentation of the blue zones that we're fine tuning every week, so everyone can have a presentation of similar type to present to friends and family. Vic.
I may add that once people complete the Blue Zone course training and get certified to be a Blue Zone course instructor, you will have the ability to be able to take that presentation and customize it to yourself. You've seen a lot of references to socks and the Camel Care stuff. Your presentation would have your products and services along with that, so that you could use the Blue Zones concept to be an integral part of what you do to promote your own business and the Blue Zones at the same time, which is what I fully intend on doing with my sleep oriented products and services, and everybody else can do the same. This is an overall concept. This is a movement. This is a community. This is a mindset. This is something that can and should be amazing if we do this right. Oh my God.
Thank you so much. We also have Quincy joined us, but we're going to go through Q&A. And if you'd like to introduce Quincy, please go ahead. Unmute yourself, middle of the screen, and say hi. If he's new, probably can't unmute. Vic, let's go through Q&A. There's lots coming up this week. We have a lot of things happening, including the presentation that you just heard. But we have some scheduling to do with Bo, with Cecilia, with Anton, and I'm putting them into one-on-ones during the week so we can catch up and discuss what happens on Saturday. A little bit of feedback.
Is it okay if I chime in?
Sure.
Okay.
And yeah, Anton, I
Unmuted.
really. Am I okay? You guys can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Anton, I really enjoyed your presentation, so thanks for that. I do have a question for you. On the one graph, you said regression, step number 5. I'm wanting to better understand what you mean by regression.
Yeah, Arif can better answer that since he's the creator of that presentation.
Again, and sometimes we go through this whole process, Bo, we don't see any changes. So we just kind of take a look, a better view of what's happening to us. And then what we do is we decide to change course. For example, I was so focused on Canada with my business and US. Then someone else came after 2-3 years of me doing this business, says, listen, you're in the wrong environment. And I said, what do you mean? He said, look back. Who loves camel? Who are the people who love camels? They are in where? Areas of the world. Well, Middle East, everybody admires and just loves camels. Far East, he says, we're going to have to transport your business from US, Canada, one arm of it, at least the main trunk of it, from here to where? To Middle East. So that's what we do. We regress, we take a step back to see what's the better direction. If it, all of those 6 faculties agree, yes, this is the right decision, we move on to the next step. So that's with the regression. See if we get results or we don't. We don't, we change. We do, we continue. All right.
Arif, Quincy's one of my guests. He did unmute when Bob was talking or Bo was talking. So, Quincy, can you unmute again?
Lovely. Okay.
Yes, I actually came late, so I didn't get to get the full presentation, right? So I didn't basically get the full presentation. So I'm still trying to figure out and learn what it's all about.
So what we can do, Quincy, after this session, we can have one-on-one with Cecilia. I thought you were an American friend. Now we got the majority. Canada has the majority. Next week, hopefully, we have more US friends over so we can do a comprehensive. Bo, you're excited. Tell us a little bit about your travel. What did you learn, or what did you do in this to promote yourself or Blue Zone, or was just pure enjoyment?
It was really a combination of both. It was a business trip. I met a good friend of mine from Portugal. She was speaking at a conference in Dublin, so I met her over there. And we spent 5 days in Dublin. I took a day trip out to the Cliffs of Moher, which is just fabulous. And then from there, we went to Climate Week in London and stayed right in the heart of London. And we were there for 5 days. And it was wild because at one point there was a huge Palestine rally going on right down the street. And it was right during the time when Trump decided to go into Iran. So it was a pretty tricky time to be there, and particularly as an American. So yeah, it was a great week. London had Climate Week, so they had different events scattered throughout the city. So each day we went to 2 or 3 different events, and just learned a lot. And it was met some great people, and overall it was a fantastic trip. So thank you for asking.
Lovely. Well, as Anton said, we have a gentleman he was organizing a retreat into the blue zones in Japan. Today he's busy with his partners having another meeting, but we do have retreats that we can all attend together as a group, celebrate and enjoy and really promote this blue zones concept. Like Sandi in the beginning said so much about blue zones and how it applies and all these machineries, devices, products, things that help us with longevity. And for the mind, we actually have the training that we do for 30, 60, 90 days. Vic?
Yeah, this is progressing and getting in the right direction to where it was going. And this is not about just Arif and I. It's for everybody. It's is to make it to whatever you really want it to be. That's why it's a movement. That's why promoting the blue zones is good for you. It's good for your customers. It's good for your prospects. It's good for your team. And once we all get on the same page to be able to utilize the blue zone concept for everybody's general good, then everybody's life will be better. It's really that simple. I'm personally looking forward to next week hearing from the guest about this My World thing, which has massive potential to help everybody's business in a really, really big way. It's going to be interesting.
Very cool, Vic. I wanted to just give a little bit of a quick introduction of why it's important that everybody be here. So me as a business owner, Bo, Sandi, everyone, I'm looking for ways to get more exposure. One of the ways that this company does the work is you just travel to London, maybe your ticket, if you're with your wife or family, maybe $2,000-$3,000. You get 15% back by using a code here or by using a app here. It's My World app. That's one. People go to gas stations, anywhere else, they shop, they can get percentages of back. So I'm putting my business, the Camel, on this My World, and it's $750. But because I joined up to be a member to promote this concept, it's actually free. So once the products are on there, this is what they do, Vic. They will make a rally, and they have 17 million people, North America and other places that are local. They will send to notification. Everybody will get a notification as soon as we sign up on their phone that Saturday at 9:15 we're going to Arif's Camel store, and each of them will come and buy a product. Oh yeah, they support you in a very real way by bringing people, because there's a pool of money that they're distributing. This was established by Austrian mathematician and then launched in Hungary. And this gentleman is Hungarian. So let me just do a little bit of introduction of him. Frank Roland Farkas was working for the government for 20 years, 25 years, and then he finally went back to Austria to meet his family, and then he got to know this My World. He came back and started in Canada 4 years ago, and now he's level 5. That means he's making between $10,000 to $15,000 monthly. He's got about 8,000 people in his team, because it's just an app. It's not a team actually, but they do have team supports, all of the stuff, and they pull people to the businesses. So if you have a physical product, they will bring people. If not, everybody in Toronto, GTA will get a message on their phone. Arif's Camel product just joined this. You get 15%, 20%, 50% off by clicking here and making a purchase. They do the purchase, they submit the results to my world, and they get a cashback. They get a cashback instantly. In case of an air flight, let's say I'm planning right now for Saudi. If I use this concept, I get 15% back. So if my ticket is $3,000, that's $450 that would be gone. I would never see it. Now, if I'm a business and I introduce Victor, who's in USA, as a business, guess what happened? Anybody that buys a mattress from Victor, I get 1% of the money. It's not coming from Victor. It's not coming from the customer. It's coming from my world. So the expansion of our businesses are very, very tied together. It's so in tune with Blue Zones. I was just last night, I spent an hour in a presentation with Mr. Farkas, and he was amazing. It's just, he has to do the presentation. All of us are experts in one zone. He spent 4 years in this, and he's making $10,000, $20,000 a month of residual income, ladies and gentlemen. That was a little bit of a promotion for next week, but it's going to be exciting. He's promised me he's going to be here at 9:15, answer any questions, and do his own special presentation. Any questions? Now we're approaching the 46th minute. We have been talking with one another for 45 minutes. We'd like to take 15 minutes of Q&A. If anybody has any questions, please, this is the time to ask, except Quincy, which we can meet later on and go through the program. Any comments, questions? Vic, what's your take? And Sandi, a little bit of feedback. We're going around the room for a little feedback.
Yeah, I personally like to hear from the group in general and have less talk for Arif and I and more feedback from the members, because that's what it's all about, is collaboration, community, and enjoying the Blue Zones to live a better life.
Let's start with Sandi. Sandi, give us a feedback. You give us a great presentation, but you also heard some presentations. It's your first time exposure to this community where we promote the longevity and Blue Zones. What's your take on this? Thank you for your presentation again. Sandi is muted. Sandi is muted. In the middle of your screen, there's unmute.
Can I say a few words, Mr. Gilany?
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
If I could give some feedback. Vic was kind enough to invite me and I was honored, but it would have been nice, Vic, if you prepared me to say, this is what's going to happen. You have 20 seconds to introduce yourself, so that I didn't have to go on for 8 minutes not understanding your format. I also think that if the host could control the mics, because there was some background noise, that would really be helpful as well. But I'm delighted to be here because obviously we're all like-minded. We have similar purposes as far as extending our health span, but also have financial success, because that's a big part of enjoying the rest of your life. So thank you again for inviting me.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. Who's next? Let's go to Tony. Tony, you're there, you're absorbing, you're money guru, and you're helping businesses. But what do you think about the presentation, the community? Again, Vic said, we like to talk less. We like to hear more.
Yeah. Just to echo what Sandi said there, Arif, if before you invite people on, maybe we could have like an agenda, a very simple agenda, sent to everybody about what it's about, what's happening, how, as Vic said, how it should be done. Keep it really short and sweet, the introductions, etc. Although Sandy's talk was very, very interesting. That product you have seems quite interesting. Obviously, everybody's talk was interesting, but Sandy's product was, maybe Sandy could do a presentation some week on what it's about. But that's my thought. Keep it tighter, and keep it a wee bit more a formal agenda. So we know, first of all, we'll talk about this, then we'll do that, then we'll do, if you know what I'm saying, rather than just randomly. Although random stuff sometimes can lead to interesting, what's the word? Interesting byways, You never know what it leads to. Is that right, Vic?
Thank you, sir. Well, we'll schedule Sandy to give us a full presentation. Maybe not next week as we have Roland, but the week after. That would be great if she give us, pictures of the device or show us the full presentation like Anton did. So, Bo, you're back. What do you think so far? You feel good about your decision to come in here to collaborate and help us here?
Yeah, I do. I warned you up front that I was going to be traveling for a bit, so it's good to be back, and I'm committed to joining on each Saturday from this day forward. So yeah, I feel blessed to be part of a really great group of people. So yeah, I've enjoyed getting to know each of you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, everyone, for implementing my recommendations. The program is a model of excellence, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the teamwork, collaboration, and interaction of everyone. Outstanding efforts and outstanding content and outstanding collaboration. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the caliber and content of this program. Thank you very much for implementing my recommendations in their entirety. An outstanding group of individual, group, company, and organizational personnel. And I'm proud to be a member of this group. Thank you.
Okay, just an update. I think, Vic, you have an update on the website. I like you to say, because you know most, and how it's unfolding, because we're launching a website specifically for this Blue Zones for Business. Vic, you got any updates or anything you want to?
I do. So obviously, this whole Blue Zones for Business concept is a work in progress. It's getting better every week. One of the crucial components of this is to be able to share that with a bunch of people. So by midweek, Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest, there will be a website that will be, it's more of a capture page than anything else. It's going to show 4 different components. It's gonna clearly state our mission statement, the 4 pillars. There's going to be a video that I just put on the chat that Arif and I did. It's 4 minutes. It's very, very straightforward about what we are, what we do, why we do what we do, and then an action statement that'll say why they should join and some of the awesome things that the members will get merely by filling out the form and being a free member of this Blue Zones concept. And then we can just make it go from there. And then the back end of it is a community. Now, keep in mind that in the Blue Zones, the 3 major components of it, one is this social aspect of it. We're taking that to the next level and creating a business part of this that is going to be great for everyone. And that community is also in the works. That should be up and running next week as well. That'll have 7 major components of it, one of which everybody will want to be a part of. There's going to be a general part of it. Everybody can post, put in their business, understand exactly how everybody would understand what you do, why you do it, and why they could potentially do business with you and profit from it as a result. That's as easy and succinctly as I can actually present that to it.
Thank you, sir. We're also collecting all of your stories. The first week training, Bo, is that you have the notes, is a letter to yourself from 2030. I'm collecting all of those letters, and at the end of basically before 2030, we're going to publish a book of letters from the future. This is 2025. We're all writing letters to ourselves in 2030 to see how it unfolded. So make sure, please, you complete that portion and send it to me. The week 1 assignment is a letter to yourself, some with Cecilia, Anton, and everyone else. Any other things on agenda, Vic? So far, it's been a great day. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating, for contributing, and please do invite. And this week, we had more Canadians on than American, and then Jack came and basically equalized the whole sessions. But we're here to grow people from all over the world, whether they're Japan or India or anywhere else. All you need to do is coordinate the time with them to have a one-on-one, and then Saturdays, we all get together. Like Vic is kind of bringing it all together. I really appreciate the effort Victor's put in this thing for absolutely 2 months, straightforward, every single day, communicating, putting it together, getting feedback. I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Arif, you muted yourself.
Sorry. Yes, please do put your emails on the chat line so we can add you as an admin. The benefit of being an admin, you don't need permission to get in. You don't need a code to get in. You just click and you are an admin. Like you could do your own presentations on this platform. This is replacing Zoom and all of those things, like YouTube is replacing TV. There's much variety in this platform than any other platform, and versatility to record, to, edit, all of this in one place. It's almost like having your own TV station live, and it's very manageable with one man. So I appreciate your time. Thank you, everyone. Please do put your emails on the chat, and we will be able to send you the invite to be an admin in this group and in this room. Thank you so much.